Hey guys, this is JSer. How's everything going? In this video, I'm going to solve another problem BFE.dev. It's highlight keywords in HTML string. It should be number 55, highlight keywords in HTML string. Suppose we are implementing auto-completing search input, and when the keywords are typed, I need to highlight the keywords. How could I do that? To simplify the things, I need to create a function, highlight keywords, which accepts an HTML string and some keywords, and wrap the keywords in HTML string with M tag, emphasize. So example, like the string, hello friend-end lovers, and the keywords are hello front-end JavaScript, and then highlight it. It would be hello wrapped in emphasize, and front also, and yeah, that's it. And we need to pay attention to the overlapping case and adjacent case. Like hello front-end lovers, the keywords are front and JavaScript. So front is keyword, end is a keyword, and we should use only one emphasis tag. So we need to use the least tags as possible. Okay, so hello front-end lovers, there's a front, and there is a front end. Yeah, you couldn't use two emphasize tags on this one. We only use one. Okay, so the naive solution comes to my mind is that we could check if each word should be emphasized or not, right? We pick the index and search for all the words, and if we match one, like we start from 0, if we find hello, then the words in this are all should be emphasized, right? So we could mark this as a start and end and interval, right? Yeah. So when I start with the edge, we find hello. So mark this as the end, and there also might be another word called hello space f or something. So we shouldn't skip. We shouldn't just jump to the end, but also check the e, right? We search it, and so we will contiguously. Repeatedly check each word within the interval and expand the end, right? So the last letter might be pushed to further. So while these processes is done, we get the final interval that should be emphasized. But about adjacent case, we need to handle it differently. So like for the case here, we start from F and we search the word and go and loop through the front, and we got the end at T, right? We got the front, and we should stop here, and then we could check E and find the N. And this process, handling the adjacent case, will be done at the last step, which we will add the tags. So I think this could be split into two phases. Like the last process is to add the emphasize tag, but another small step is to get the ending index for get the interval starting from each index, right? So let's begin. And we got 15 minutes, so I would say suppose we will already have a function like get the ending index for the start index. What we would have, we would just start from the 0 and get the ending the interval from 0, right? And slice it and add it to the wrap it with emphasis tag and push it to the result, right? Cool. Let's just create a result. String is empty. And then we start from 0, and then we'll jump to the, I think you should jump to the end, right? HTML.net I++. For each index, we would get the ending index if it should be emphasized, right? So let's get the end. I should say end for M. This will be done in a separate function, util function. I will say get n for m which is I. So this is the n. There might not be, it might not exist. So we should say, because this index start, return, I would say -1 if not existing. Okay, so we get the n if it exists, right? So if it is bigger than -1, then there is a keyword matched. So what we should do, we should resolve, we plus it with the HTML slice, get the interval like front here, owl. So it would be slice I with end for m plus 1, right? And plus it with the emphasize tag. Okay, if it is not existing, I would just add it to the result. We need to update the index also. If we slice the word and append it, then we should move the cursor to the next one, right? So I will be set to end for m plus 1, and this, oh, but there's +1 here. I would say I don't plus it, so I don't increment it. So here should be +1. Cool. And at last, I could return the result. This is the basic skeleton, but we haven't handled the adjacent case here. Right. Like if we apply this code to the case here, we would get a front end separated. So I think I will modify the end for m. So let end for m is like this. If there is an end for it, we will check if there is adjacent. Do I have the right spelling? Adjacent. Where's the adjacent? Adjacent. Right. There's adjacent keyword. Well, it's simple. So how should I do? I would say get end for m plus 1, right? But if we get another keyword, we need to do this over and over again. So I would say use a while loop to do this. So while there is an n, we get next, right? And if next equals, if there's no next, no keyword, we break, right? If there is a keyword, we update the end to the next. End for m. Right? I think this should work. Let's review it. So we start at front t here, and we will check another ending index from e, because it stop at d. So we update it for the d, and there's no more keyword. So we get the ending index for f at which is actually d. So it should work. So we handle the adjacent case. Now we need to implement the get end for m. Right? Well, I think it's pretty simple. As we said, we keep track of the interval, and while looping through the interval, we expand, we push the ladder boundary, which is the n, further, right? So, of course, we start with okay, this already start. Okay, it doesn't matter here. Okay, let end equals start. It means that it should end at the end, at the first letter, right? As the initial case. So while start equals end, start, we need +1. Oh. Okay, the keywords is array, and we need to transform it into a set for faster existence checking. So the set keyword set, new set keywords. Okay, so for let a word of keyword set, I would say const the length, right? We just to check the length substring with the length of the word length. If the substring within this length is just a word, we need to update the n, right? Update the n index. Cool. So if which is the HTML slice start start plus length. If this is 1 plus 1, so there's only one letter. Cool. So if it is it equals to word, then we need to update the n. While there might be multiple word matching, so we need to update the bigger one. So n should be mathmax end with start plus length. Wait a minute. Should we be like a start? If it doesn't 1, we should do -1, right? This is right. Yeah. So we for each word we update the n and it's done. And start while it's smaller than n, we move it further. So like hello here, we start from 0, 0, and we search for the word and we got end here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we check e, there's none, and then we finally stop when start goes beyond n, right? So yeah, and we need to return the end. We need to return the end. So we return the end, but if there is none keyword matching, no keyword matched, like there is another letter e here, we end at e itself, so we need to return -1. We need to actually I'll keep a flag of it, say let is bold found, not bold but am found, false. If you found it, we set to true, and so if found, we return the end. If not, we return -1. So yeah, I think this is it. Allow me to review my code one more time before I submit. Get for n for m start. Like it's here, we start 0, we found 4, so we return it. And while looping through the whole HTML string, and we get the end for start index 0, and we will continuously get adjacent keyword ending index, right? The next one, okay, if there is a keyword next to it, like from here, we will update the end for m to d. So for f, we will get the last at d. The case here, sorry, fd. So we get the ending. We wrap them up in the m tag, and move the cursor to the next index. If not, we just append a single letter characters, a single character to the final result. So this is it. I think it should work, but I'm not sure. Let's run the code. Ooh, cool. One-time pass. Perfect. Allow me to submit. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting one. So especially for handling the adjacent keywords part, I would recommend that doing this kind of when doing this kind of problem, you better split the big picture into small parts. Like you talk to the interviewer, say, okay, I will implement a get end for m function later. Now I would like to write down the skeleton code, and then when it is working, so the adjacent case is handled, and now I will take some time to tackle the internal function part, this part, because it's simple and it's definitely gonna be solved. So the interviewer won't question your ability to solve solving this whole problem. So yeah, split into small functions. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for this one. Hope it helps. See you next time. Bye bye.